Wow, that bit is just exhilarating, isn't it? Hello, my friends. My team and I humbly welcome you to this awesome opportunity to learn about the man who wanted to deliver joy and now is such an inspiring figure and a pioneer to American animations, the one and only Walter Elias Disney. Once upon a time, Walt Disney went to Los Angeles. What followed after is the inception to his fame and the success of Disney Studios. But Disney is not just a company. It holds the story of success and fame of a man who rose from mundanity. Let us feed our curious minds and ponder upon this specific legend in our history by starting from the very beginning. Born in the December of 1901 and raised in Missouri as the fourth son among five siblings, Walt Disney's childhood was anything but idyllic. His father was a strict disciplinarian who thought of nothing better than imposing corrective beatings on their daily morbid routine. Consequently, the boy found solace in drawing so as to escape from the ordeal of his abusive father. Hence was born a cartoonist, and a series of struggles followed. Walt moved with his parents to Kansas City at age 7, where he spent the majority of his childhood. At age 16, during World War I, he had to fake his age to join the American Red Cross. There, he drove an ambulance and chauffeured the officials. Interestingly, that ambulance of his was brimming with his drawings. Truly, if you love art, you can form it anywhere. At the Kansas City Institute, he met a fellow animator, Ub Iwerks. The two soon set up their own company. In the early 1920s, they made a series of animated shorts entitled Newman's Laughograms. However, their company soon went bankrupt. It was now the year 1923, and Disney had arrived in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And seeing no animation studios in the state, he had decided to partner up with Roy and invest to set up a shop. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit became his first success. But soon he lost its legal rights and his animators to the producer. Nobody saw that coming. So, instead of resorting to any unpleasant reaction, he decided to start over. With the help of Roy and Ub Iwerks, Disney fleshed out his new character, and the ever famous Mickey Mouse was born. Oh, yes, we all know who that is. As a matter of fact, Disney released two Mickey Mouse cartoons, which were met with moderate success. But the real breakthrough came in 1928 with the release of Steamboat Willie. It was the first cartoon to include a synchronized soundtrack, so of course it was an instant hit. The day after its debut in Manhattan, Variety gave the cartoon a rave review and the New York Times called it ingenious. Yet the struggle did not seem to stagnate. Times like these, we feel like it's a never ending story. So, a breakdown followed the tensions between him and his employer, who had stolen his best animator. In the year 1932, Disney decided he wanted to make a full length animated film called Snow White. People thought he was crazy for trying to make a cartoon that long. They called the film Disney's Folly. However, Disney was sure that the film would be a success. So it took 5 years to complete the film, which was finally released in the year 1937. The film was a huge box office success, becoming the top film of 1938. This indeed led to Disney's fame, and he came to be recognized as one of the most creative artists in our midst. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Bambi, Cinderella, and Mary Poppins are his best and the most critically successful works. The skill of Walt Disney was to give his cartoons believable and real life characteristics. They were so skillfully depicted that they captured the imagination of the audience and reflected them through his enigmatic use of uplifting stories and morale. Inevitably, it was the time of war. Amidst the dark times following the Great Depression during World War II, his animators went on a strike, which piled up a debt of $4 million. It was like being hit in the face with a brick, economically as well as morally. Due to the hard blow, the company was slow to recover, but then Disney picked up the momentum by diversifying its business and turning to television. Following the success of their shows, The Mickey Mouse Club and David Crockett, Disney launched his biggest establishment yet, the Disneyland. Founded in 1955, though it started a little bumpy, soon after lines as long as miles were building up. It was the time to celebrate. The Disneyland is in the heart of children as their favorite place, so full of fun. We all have that on our bucket list for sure. So, debts were cleared and businesses expanded into empires. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. But while wholesomeness and nostalgic sentimentality were Disney's trademarks, the forces that shaped this maverick movie mogul and his empire were much, much darker and more complex. He wasn't the same person in front of the camera. Really, in fact, he was shy and modest. The private Disney was called as common and everyday, not inaccessible, not in a foreign language, nor suppressed or sponsored or anything, just Disney. Well, a person's flaws only makes them more human. Walt married Lillian Bounce and they had their daughters, Diane and Sharon. Diane's husband, Ronald William Miller, became the president and the CEO of Walt Disney Company from 1980 to 1984. Success after success, Disney came to be even more recognized for his masterpieces. David Lowe, the late British political cartoonist, called Disney the most significant figure in graphic arts since Leonardo da Vinci. A pioneer and an innovator, and the possessor of one of the most fertile imaginations the world has ever known, Walt Disney holds the record for most Academy Awards earned by an individual film producer, having won 22 Oscars from 59 nominations and more than 950 honors and citations from throughout the world, including 7 Emmys in his life. As the New York Times called him, the wizard of fantasy Walt Disney died 10 days after his 65th birthday, battling lung cancer on the December 15, 1966. Disney still remains the central figure in the history of animation. In the aftermath, Disney's arrangements for the cutting-edge city of Epcot didn't work out as expected. After Disney's passing, his sibling Roy conceded his retirement to assume full responsibility for the Disney organizations. He changed the focal point of the venture from a town to a fascination. At the initiation in 1971, Roy committed Walt Disney World to his sibling. Walt Disney World extended with the launch of Epcot Center in 1982. Disney's vision of a useful city was supplanted by a recreation center more likened to a super durable World's Fair. In the year 2009, Diane and her son Walter Miller designed the Walt Disney Family Museum, which is located in the Presidio of San Francisco, in the late Disney's memory. Wow, what a ride was that! Now, I'm sure that there was a lot to learn about the man behind the Disney World. The universe is a gift to all of us, and art is a gift created for and by humanity, representing each of us uniquely, one way or another. It does not do to be afraid of stepping out, for reaching out into the world only ever opens new doors, doors that we didn't know could exist. Life can warp itself around us the way we desire, if only we have the will to dream. Indeed, Walt Disney left the world, leaving behind an excellent example of humanity's creativity and a huge legacy, and of course, teaching us to never stop believing in our dreams. Thank you.